You're listening to 17 Carat K-Pop. For more about this show, as well as my other podcast, How to Stan, visit 17caratkpop.weebly.com. There you'll find episode guides, as well as additional reading, more exclusive content, tons of great stuff. And never miss an update, an album review, interview, etc. by subscribing to the free newsletter, howtostan.substack.com. You could also become a paying subscriber on Substack, and that means you're supporting an independent creator and become part of a community, howtostan.substack.com. Enjoy the show! Hello everybody, and especially hi to my fellow Orbits. It's Luna release day. I'm super excited and ready to share with you my thoughts and theories about the new album. As is my habit, I'm going to break down 17 key details to remember. While I describe these 17 things to note, I will refer back to previous comebacks, give some background context so you're not totally lost if you don't remember tons about the LOONAverse. But if you do want a very, very full, in-depth breakdown of the LOONAverse, chapter by chapter, I have several other episodes called LOONAverse Talk, volume whatever, out now that you could check out too. You can also see my cheat sheet, notes about the LOONAverse, if you are a paying Substack subscriber. That is one of the paid posts you can access. But otherwise, you're hearing the content from those notes in my episodes for free. So howtostan.substack.com, or just keep on listening. The first big takeaway from this comeback that we have to talk about and pause and remember, the backslash. Yes, punctuation and other seemingly trivial details pack a ton of meaning into Luna's story. It's all very intentional. You'll recall the backslash in the past, attention has been drawn to it because Yeojin was viewed as the representative for it in the subunit Luna 1/3, the 1/3, and she was the backslash. The backslash is highlighted once again because in the brand new video, it starts showing it in this magenta hue and then it turns a bright green. So it's a nod to the parallel worlds we're still talking about and seems to remind us to keep our eyes on Yeojin's character. And it may hint also that we're dealing with not just Earth right now, because remember there's Middle Earth, Eden, and Earth in the LOONAverse, and more, but we'll get to that. Yeojin and her subunit Luna 1/3 represent Earth. They live on normal Earth. There's Earth, Middle Earth in the middle, and Eden on the other side. Yeojin and the Luna 1/3 subunit live on Earth. Yeojin and that subunit are represented with a backslash, which is flipped to a different color and side. So we're flipping to the opposite of Earth, which is Eden. So that's how you know now this part of the story is taking place there. 2. The video for So What has so many details worth revisiting, especially the word free. The word free in all caps. That showed up at the end of the video for So What, and it shows up at the end of the new video. This new video says, quote, everything flipped, and we start the journey through the free. Free as if it's a noun. So I feel like that's going to be a key word revisited in the future. Number 3. The train and the train tracks. Once again, a pivotal point to revisit in their story is the So What era, because that was when they said, the voiceover said, quote, do not accept the fate of the moon, get off the track. And the group basically took over the subway. Now we're back to talking about a train, and the girls take a train ride that doesn't end when the video does, it's still going. 4. Doors and doorways. There's some really obvious symbolism with that, with the fact there are doors, 2 different dimensions, different worlds, different futures, different possibilities opening up, and maybe some time travel involved based on the world they inhabit at that time, because maybe it's a nod to a trip to the past when the Luna members take that key in the new video that says memory on it. Plus, they are dealing with different doors of different colors in that woods. I feel like that symbolism is going to be front and center for a while as the LOONAverse expands. And recall, in the one and only music video, there were a ton of doors too. And at first she ran towards them alone, but then she was accompanied by her fellow members running to those doors. Remember, the whole story is about coming together to create a new world, and everyone has to come together, or the LOONAverse is not able to be completed. Also may be notable that Doors Open Baby is a lyric in One and Only. 5. The butterflies. Also, in those notable videos, One and Only and Why Not, a butterfly shows up. Actually, now more butterflies than ever. So maybe because new doorways have literally opened up in the new video for Flip That, maybe as new worlds opened up, new butterflies have emerged because there's one or two butterflies to represent each world. You never know. But super notable that the butterfly is back. Which brings me to my next main point. One of the butterflies in the new video poofs and just sort of dissipates in front of the clock when it strikes midnight, which seems to harken back to the Midnight Festival era. In what was another key pivotal music video from that era? Why not? So why not, in this new video, both have the butterfly symbol and both reference 12 o'clock? Next thing to remember, their outfits. Remember, they've explicitly said, hey, keep your eyes on our outfits. We have some hidden messages in our clothing choices. And one pattern I've noticed is it seems symbolic when they wear white versus black clothes. In Egoist, Olivia wears white, sometimes black in other scenes. In the video for New, Eve wears white. The white outfits worn by Eve and Olivia are both worn by members of Luna YYXY, the subunit that lives in Eden. It seemed to be an interesting merging of Earth and Eden colors then, when for the first time, every Luna subunit converged for favorite, and they all wore both black and white simultaneously. Now that they are back to all-white outfits in some scenes of Flip That, maybe it's indicating a new start and meant to nod back to the video for New, in which Eve from Eden wore all white. Also, keep an eye on the white sneakers. They are zoomed in on in Butterfly and Why Not. In this video, once again, white shoes are zoomed in on, but they're boots this time. Same color as the sneakers, but now they're boots, and they still got a close-up, so it still seems related, and again, indicative of this fresh start. Next, the cassette tape. There's something in flames on the ground in the Egoist video. I think it's a cassette tape. It's something like a tape. Now, in a new B-side, Playback, they reference, quote, the spinning tape. What will it be like? They're talking about rewinding their memories again. That in Egoist were kind of destroyed, or so they thought. But now they found the memory key, the key that literally says memory. So I see those symbols, the key and the cassette, as related parts of the story. I would keep your eyes on the telescope and other references in each video, maybe in different forms each time, but just this time with a telescope of different worlds. Because the Lunas in one world are actually watching, like their alter egos it seems, through the telescope somewhere else. So maybe there's a different version of all of these Lunas on other planets in the LOONAverse. So while the first chapters of their story focused on how all the members can come together to create a new world, maybe future installments will focus on not uniting the members, but uniting the different parts of themselves and putting them back into the same body. Keep an eye on Chu's role in the story, not just because she's my bias and adorable serotonin boost to watch anything where she's the focus, but also because she seems to play a pivotal role in the plot. Ever since her solo debut with Heart Attack, where she seemed to dream up a bunch of stuff, she's been adding a lot for my theory brain to chew over to the story. Lots of questions. She gets to sing the intro on the new song Playback, which is about spinning the tape, going back through your memories, time travel maybe, trying to reclaim memories. And she had a key role in, you guessed it, Why Not? That pivotal video with the symbolism that is resurfaced in this new video, making them appear very related. And in Why Not, she was the one staring up at the sun, standing on the car, looking up at the other world, basically. So she has this directorial role in terms of where their narrative goes. In the future, I would keep your eyes on the wooden unicorn toy. In the new video, there's this unicorn toy, like a rocking horse, but I don't think it rocks. It's a fake unicorn. Anyway, given how detail-oriented this group's story has always been, I don't think that was just randomly placed in the new video. So we'll probably see that unicorn show up in future videos, so keep your eyes on that. So 1, the backslash. 2, white or black outfits. 3, the white shoes. 4, doorways and what they represent. 5, references to the train tracks. 6, the word free, in all caps, returns. 7, butterflies. 8, the cassette tape. 9, the focus on midnight. 10, the unicorn statue. 11, choose role in all this. 12, the emphasis on past videos, the Carol 2.0 and Hi Hi. Those songs both get a shout out with their titles right below the clock in the new video. We'll revisit that importance later. 13, how many doorways there are. Way more than just possibly one for Earth, Middle Earth, and Eden. They've really expanded the world. There are at least 4 parallel worlds now. 5 if you count, because I counted 4 different colored doors. 5 worlds now if you count the one they are in while they stare at and explore the other 4 doorways. 15, this sense of their story is far from over. They're going to continue it. That theme seems most notable when in the B-side playback, that really notable B-side again, with the cassette tape reference, presumably, the pre-chorus changes. At one point, it's Twilight we were together for. Then it changes to Twilight we will be together for. We were versus will be. And guess who says will be? As if we went back in time before we were together for it. Chew. So if there's any time traveler specialty as they work on crafting this larger and larger Looniverse, it is Chew's role. 16, the fact that they constantly reference new waves, expanding, making new waves. They use that term over and over. And also with that consider repeated references to the moon, the stars, the eclipses, the galaxy is changing, as they do. I know those themes are a bit distinct, but I wanted to get down to exactly 17 main points, so yes, those are roped together. Because the real number 17 is a lyric from Pose that may have nothing to do with the story, may be important in the future, seems significant to me, but I could be wrong. Just thought-provoking, I think, worth pondering. In Pose, they sing, quote, "Everyone has a pause over the pose." Everyone has a pause over the pose. That could seem just very straightforward, like not knowing how to pose for a picture, but I like to really read into stuff, so I'm going to take it to be deeper than that. About those moments of hesitancy before someone decides to present their fierce, confident self to the world. Okay, let's back up. There are 3 Luna subunits. There's Luna 1/3, they live on Earth, the normal group, without superpowers or anything. Odd Eye Circle, they live in the Middle Earth. The moon in the eclipse gets reflected in their eyes, indicating their special powers, supernatural abilities. In the moon symbol, the partial moon symbol each member of that subunit represents merge to form a full circle. Then YYXY lives in Eden, in this utopia. Now I'm going to skip around, but read some direct quotes from official descriptions of music videos from the group that really just sum it up better than I ever could. Alright, part of the summary for Kim Lip's solo, Eclipse. A 19-year-old girl who starts to draw a new circle, different from the one drawn by the previous members. Kim Lip, representing the color red, will gather 2 other girls to add to the palette of the circle. When other members scattered around the world unite to create a bigger circle as a whole, the construction of the moon Luna has been dreaming about will be complete. With the introduction of Kim Lip, Luna eclipses. Part of the one and only description, quote, Eve, Chu, and Go-Won will soon meet the last piece of the puzzle to create their own universe of girls who escaped the Garden of Eden. In Olivia's Egoist, she talks about, ironically, stepping outside of herself, mirroring someone else, which goes along with the group's constant release of mirrored tracks, songs that they just change the lyrics or the tempo, the style, partner songs that are very much the same song, but something is flipped about it. The mirrored song premise is kind of brought to life with the Egoist theme. In YYXY, from Eden, quote, find the light that lets them discover their own ego. They ironically need each other, a mirroring of each other, a yin and yang, to fulfill their ego and to be complete. Hi Hi talks about this luxury of imagination concept, dreaming up a fantastic new world once all the members reunite. Hi Hi is one of the key videos given a shout out in the new Flip That video. This is when we see the introduction of the white sneaker symbolism. And this is the story that, quote, narrates how Luna 1/3 meets Odd Eye Circle, and how these girls unite with YYXY to soar to the sky. In the butterfly video, someone is seen holding up a cassette tape. There's references to the butterfly effect Luna has created, and the white sneakers get another close-up. Then came So What with the train references about getting on track, and the word free showed up on the screen. The new era began with that midnight festival to celebrate the Luna New Year, and the Why Not video, described in part as, quote, Luna has created a wave of change beyond imagination. They will hold a moonlight festival at 12 when the moon shines the brightest, a festival where no girl will feel silenced, where all are dignified, equal, and worthy of freedom. The united voices of the girls around the world rings loud and clear ahead of the start of the new moon. Perhaps the 12 o'clock festival was referenced not just by the 12 o'clock clock hands in the new video, but that may also be the scene unfolding as the girls look through that telescope. In the daytime, they look through a telescope and see, maybe a flash to the past, that midnight festival in progress. And they are reflecting on and trying to learn from and repeat the experience of that midnight festival from their past, because it is once again time for a Luna New Year, time for a new chapter, time to team up to create a new full circle, another moon for this planet they are always working on constructing and adding to. Then came Paint the Town, which featured, in one teaser, a close-up of the sneakers again, and in the video itself, the blue butterfly. Also notable that it looked like they were back in the Eclipse video setting. For this Paint the Town comeback, part of the album description, and I'm skipping around here, says, quote, Luna has been gaining courage with the butterfly effect and finding their inner self. Luna created a bigger wave of change with their passion. Wave of change is referenced multiple times here. Luna holds a variety of symbolic objects that symbolize their dignity. All Lunas in the world paint the world with their own colors and conveys the message that they will shout out Paint the Town in one voice after they found their own colors. Finally conquering the LOONAverse with their own strengths, Luna then discovers a bigger world that they had never known about. So in Paint the Town, they kind of learned it's not just this Mobius strip of these aligned Earth, Middle-earth, and Eden, but actually bigger planets we're a part of. This is just a small version within worlds within worlds. And they're learning how vast the other worlds they are inside of truly are. This brings us to Flip That, the new video where they say, quote, flip that world upside down. Spread out endlessly. Flip That will tell you everything, which seems to hint at the mystery's over. You know what's up now with the parallel worlds. Secret's out. It seeps into you. We will find out. The light I found in my memories. Flip that world so the same day and night won't connect. Definitely some coded language about parallel worlds, I think. That video ends with, again, that message on the screen, quote, everything flipped. And we start the journey through the free, which made me theorize maybe with the flipping, the discovering in the Flip That video, seemingly they're hanging out in Eden in a new version of Utopia, bigger with more possibilities than the previous one, held by just a subunit. Now that they've reunited and created this bigger LOONAverse, a more utopic one, now that has flipped, so they can go back in time and recreate their journey through the free. They're using it as a noun now, maybe. Again, all my theory here, to recreate old memories with this new approach. They've branded the free. They will use their new confidence, knowledge, and camaraderie to do it better this time. Give themselves a do-over. Need You, a very smooth pop ballad, talks about a little world, bringing the light, getting out of the trapped darkness, stars of faith gushing down. Pose, which is a nice change to give the rap lines more of a focus, and is, by the way, the one they performed in the Queendom finals, also references glittering starlight, spreading the light, and has a lyric about opening the door. And, quote, follow my flow, Luna's wave is even bigger. At that moment, my space exploded vastly. The changing world is coming closer and closer. Thicker orbit, looking at the blazing moonlight. Pale blue dot further leans into this symbolism affiliated with the sun, moon, stars, etc., treating it like, hey, your problems are just grains of sand in life. You can brush them away. Or clouds passing by. They will come and go like the moon, the sun, the stars. It can just come and go, and you can just let it go. Your problems can be viewed in a different light as not too much to worry about. They seem to have this self-aware moment too, saying, quote, a different world, but I'm used to it. This feeling is like deja vu. I've been waiting for this. I think I'm almost there. To the story of the girl, finally the first page. The big world is getting smaller, so they're talking about now their realization that their big world was just the beginning. The album ends with, fittingly, Playback, a sweet fan song written by Hassel, Kim Lip, and Eve about rewinding the tape, making new memories together, and shining a light on each other. And the chorus just so perfectly summarizes their story. Quote, a starry night when we look at the same place. A lot of stories start here, even if we meet in an unfamiliar orbit. Remember, you are always my center. They use every meaning of each person bringing their own color to the world, every way you can think of shining a light, starlight, moons, symbols of a new day. They use these themes again and again to tell stories both about going back in time, learning from the past, and moving towards a much more joyful, teamwork-focused future. I will have much more to say about this on my Substack surely in the future, so stay tuned for that. But that's what you really need to know to truly appreciate and understand why Loona is such a big deal, Stan Loona, because they really are telling profound stories through all sorts of subtle details that add up to a really interesting, thought-provoking, colorful, ever-expanding, bigger picture. A fictional, cinematic universe rooted in relatable, interesting feelings. I hope I helped explain their appeal today, and that you go check out the new album, the summer special, and the new video for Flip That. It's a really beautiful video, so even if you're not into the Easter eggs and stuff, it's a visual treat. Congrats on another successful comeback, Loona. Really loving it, and hope you all do too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I'll be back very shortly with more new episodes. Stay tuned, and happy listening, Orbits. Bye, everybody!